So you're just getting into airsoft, you're experienced, and you're looking to get a new airsoft gun. But which airsoft gun should you get? Should you get something that runs off gas, or should you get something that runs off electric? Stay tuned to find out which one you should buy. So most people come in, especially if they haven't played airsoft before, and they want a gas rifle, because gas rifles look cool, they blow back, they function just like a real gun would. But one of the things that they don't feel, or that they don't know about, is that one of the limiting factors of a gas gun is the magazine. A few things with a gas gun magazine. First, you have to use propane or green gas, so you have a propellant, whereas a normal airsoft gun, you would have a battery. Secondly, most gas mags only hold about 30 rounds, comparative to an AEG, which holds up to 250, 350 rounds. So it's a limiting factor there. One of the other things to look at when you're buying a gas gun is if you're gonna play in the cold. Gas guns have seals, and when it gets cold, those seals shrink, allowing or making that this awesome, cool gun not shoot because there's no gas in the magazine. The second thing you want to look at when you buy a gas blowback is a quality gas blowback. So KWA, which we recommend, is has one of the best gas systems out there. They work real well. They have a great hop-up system. Stock, these things fly, and there's really no need to upgrade them. Whereas some others like WeTech or GHK and everything like that, people feel the need to upgrade them because they don't shoot as good from the factory. That's where you're getting what you pay for with KWA. But I talked about some negatives. What are the cool things about gas blowbacks? Well, first of all, again, just like a real one. So you can train with this. It'll give you some kinetic feedback. So when you're shooting semi or full auto, you'll get some recoil. The gas blowback guns are pretty much one-to-one replicas of the real steel counterpart. So this is a real steel counterpart of 416D. So if you had a 416D at home, this would match up pretty similarly to your 416. The other cool advantage is these gas blowbacks are extremely durable. Besides the replication, they're built really, really solid, especially these ones by KWA. But then, again, it's a compliment sandwich, so it's the reverse. One of the, again, negative drawbacks is the magazine, because not only do these magazines not carry a lot of ammo going out and play a skirmish, they're also super expensive. So they're about 50 bucks each, where an AEG mag starts about $8 each. So you're not gonna wanna lose these. So overall, gas blowbacks, immersion level, 100%. Reliability level, if you get a good one, 80 to 90%. Actually going out and playing with the gas blowback on a field, a big game or anything like that, a little bit less reliable, especially if you wanna go and spam the trigger a little bit, because you're gonna run out of BBs really, really quick. But fun factor, 110%, because you get a cool recoil and you get some awesome, it's just an awesome feel. Now that I've kind of dismissed the gas guns, let's go and look at the electric guns and see where they differ from the gas guns, both the positives and negatives. All right, so we just went over the gas guns. Let's go over the electric. Again, this is a high quality replica by VFC for a 416. This one is a 416A5, so very similar to the 416D there. When you look at the difference between this electric gun and the gas gun, one of the things you're going to notice is the magazine. So instead of gas in the magazine, you have an electric battery in the stock, which means that you can shoot more and don't have to rely on having a bunch of magazines to shoot your airsoft gun. The second thing is reliability. So in the colder weather or the warmer weather, electric airsoft guns are going to work a lot better than gas guns because they're not susceptible to the temperature. They don't have seals. They do in the gearbox, but they don't have them externally, so that they wouldn't be as affected by the weather conditions outside. With that, one of the negative drawbacks is you do have electronics in here. So if it's pouring rain or just dousing rain, you're going to want to try to cover up your airsoft gun, because there is electronics that are exposed, whereas in a gas gun, there is not. So one of the other things is that not have the gas, not have to have limited amount of magazines, these are not, and not dealing with the temperatures, these are not as temperamental as a gas gun. Some of them do give you recoil, but like these 416s, they do not, so they don't give you the immersion of recoil on semi or full auto, but they still are pretty much one-to-one replicas. So again, one of also the main differences with a gas blowback and electric gun is that the customizability of an electric gun is a little bit more than a gas gun. They make more parts for electric airsoft guns than they do gas guns. The gas guns like the KWA over there do shoot really, really far stock, and they're a really good system. These can, and they usually do from the factory, but you can always upgrade them to make them a little better. Do they make upgrade parts for the gas guns? Yes. They're just a little harder to find, where everything in an electric gun is just easier to get, and they're supported more by the aftermarket. One of the other last negative things to an electric gun, besides potentially getting wet, is that there's a lot more complexity to a gearbox. So most of these companies have really good build quality, warranties, everything like that. There's a lot of moving parts in an electric gun, whereas there's very few moving parts in a gas gun. So over time, there's a lot more that can go wrong in an electric gun than a gas gun, outside of seals blowing. So there is a little bit more risk with that. But again, nowadays, most of the electric guns have a really good build quality. When it comes, we're gonna show you guys how these things shoot. Both have similar accuracy stock. What you're gonna see on full auto, because there is that recoil, you're gonna get a different grouping when you go in full auto compared to semi-automatic. So let's go shoot these and see how they both perform. All right, so again, this is the difference between these two right here and the AEG. You're gonna get a little bit tighter groupings because with the AEG, you don't have any recoil, so there's no human error of that. So as we shot the single shots right here, they're a pretty good grouping. Full auto decimated the target. When we look at the gas blowback, again, my aim's not the best, so these are like the single right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, so about the same as the AEG. And then the full auto is a little bit bigger spread, again, because things are getting kicked and you have to have a real good steady aim when you're using full auto. So airsoft is an awesome sport, and whether you use an electric gun, a gas gun, you're playing in your backyard or playing in a field, one of these two guns, as well as all the other guns that Mir Tactical carries, are going to be great just to get out and have some fun with your friends or your family. The great news is you can find all these airsoft guns, gas or electric, at mirtactical.com at the lowest prices. Thank you so much for this review. We'll see you next time. Make sure you like and subscribe.